It's the season of giving, and you can almost feel the anticipation in the air. We're only 2 days away from Christmas Day, and my question is, have you been spreading the Christmas cheer? Have you helped out at an old age home or visited children in the hospital? Did you share a kind word with your neighbor or coworker today? How about lifting the spirits of a friend in need? Whatever it is, and whichever way you choose to show you care, we urge you to continue to give love this Yuletide season and beyond. Hello and welcome to another edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm your host, Theodore Henry. Stay with us, we have a lot in store for you.
Householders, business people, school administrators, be on the alert. Help control the mosquito population. Destroy breeding sites. Empty old tires and all other containers where water can settle. Bore holes in old cans. Cover water drums and garbage cans. Wash flower pots and vases and clean pet dishes regularly. Protect yourself from mosquito bites. Cover your body as much as possible and use mosquito repellent containing DEET.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Monday, December 23. The Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF is urging citizens to take extra precaution during the busy Christmas season. The call comes from Head of the Community Safety and Security Branch, Assistant Commissioner of Police, ACP Elan Powell. Speaking at a JIS think tank, ACP Powell says it is important that persons pay attention to their surroundings.
Sometimes we have a habit of just walking around on our phone, on our telephones, and not paying attention. We must pay attention to our surroundings. Try to see who is next to you, who is walking alongside you, so that at least you can take a mental picture of the person. If you purchase items, please don't leave them in your vehicles. If you have to, you leave them in the trunk of the vehicle.
ACP Powell also cautions motorists to temper their initial reactions to incidents on the road.
If you're driving home at night and your car is bumped into, please don't stop, especially if the place is dark. You drive to the nearest police station or to a clearly lit place where you can come out, observe the damage to the car.
The Assistant Commissioner says motorists should try and get as much information about the other vehicle, such as the color and make of the vehicle, the identity of the driver, the license number of the vehicle, and registration letters, as this will be critical to the police's investigations. Other security measures include notifying others of your whereabouts. When traveling by taxi, get a description of the driver. When collecting items shipped such as barrels, persons should remove personal details before leaving the wharf. Persons can now upload videos and pictures of drivers committing road traffic breaches through the DriveSafe mobile app. The app was launched recently by the Ministry of Transport and Mining. It will allow for uploads to show the date, time, and location stamps and allow users to view their historical uploads along with submissions from other users. Minister of Transport Robert Montague says the video and picture uploads are screened by the Transport Authority before being published on the app.
Today we are here to launch the DriveSafe app. It is up and running already. We have gotten 400 plus reports from members of the public already, and we have taken action. We have taken positive action.
Minister Montague was speaking at the Transport Authority's official launch of the DriveSafe application. Minister Montague says the app is now available on the Google Play Store and can be downloaded on Android devices. The initiative is part of the ministry's 16-point plan geared at reforming the public transportation system. Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport Olivia Grange has signed a deed to establish a trust fund for victims of the Coral Gardens incident in St. James. The deed was signed last Thursday. Prime Minister Andrew Holness in 2017 apologized on behalf of the government for the detention of Rastafarians by police and soldiers 56 years ago. At that time, Mr. Holness committed to establishing the fund with no less than $10 million, as recommended by the Office of the Public Defender. Minister Grange says signing the deed is the government's way of righting a wrong.
In April 2018, in keeping with the commitment given by Prime Minister Holness and in keeping with the recommendation of the Public Defender, my ministry, the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, transferred cumulatively a sum of $12,718,000 to the Administrator General for the purpose of setting up the trust fund. So today, we formalize the process in the presence of our Rastafari brethren and sisters as part of our program of reconciliation.
32 young persons from inner-city communities in central and western Jamaica have been trained and certified in event production. The training was conducted by the Jamaica Social Investment Fund, JSIF, and M Academy for 35 days. It focused mainly on the technical elements of event production, namely audio, video, lighting, and staging. The participants were drawn from violence-prone communities in St. Ann, Clarendon, St. James, and Westmoreland. The program received a $21 million grant from JSIF. Speaking at the recent awards ceremony, Social Services Manager at JSIF, Gresford Bennett, described the program as a tool of empowerment for the 32 participants.
The skill itself really is just a tool of empowerment for you to actually reach to the place that you will like to be. For you to be able to take care of the baby I'm hearing in the background, for you to take care of the girlfriend, for you to fix up the house, for you to buy a car like anybody else and to pay your bills.
Some 106 young people from 18 inner-city communities across Jamaica have now benefited from the event production skills. Miss World 2019 Tony Ann Singh was presented with the key to the city. Mayor of Kingston Delroy Williams did the honor at a cultural tribute to Miss Singh at Emancipation Park on Saturday.
I am so grateful. I am so grateful for the love that you have shown me, for this moment and being able to share it with you. This crown on my head is not mine. It belongs to all of us. It belongs to every single one of you that have something on your heart. Some passion, some purpose, get out there and do it.
Ms. Singh says winning the prestigious global title has given her a platform to advocate for change while participating in projects that will assist the less fortunate in the society, particularly women and girls. She asks that persons support her music video of Whitney Houston's popular song, I Have Nothing, which won her the talent aspect of the Miss World competition. It has been released on YouTube as a charity single, and donations can also be made on the Miss World official pages.
Any money that is made from this will go directly, every single penny, directly into Beauty with a Purpose and directly into the arms of the children and the people that you've seen in this video and people all across the world. Isn't that awesome? And we get to start it right here at home.
Meanwhile, the government says it will be constructing a new nursery at the Women's Center of Jamaica Foundation in St. Thomas. It will be named in honor of Miss World 2019 Tony Ann Singh. A welcome reception for the beauty queen was also hosted by Prime Minister Andrew Holness. Miss World 2019 Tony Ann Singh arrived on Friday to a 4-day homecoming celebration. She was greeted by residents of St. Thomas who lined the streets to get a glimpse of her and feted at a cultural concert. And finally, Minister of Health and Wellness Dr. Christopher Tufton is urging persons experiencing symptoms of mosquito-borne illnesses such as dengue to visit the doctor promptly. Dr. Tufton says many of the severe cases of dengue could be prevented if persons desist from self-medicating. He also cautioned against the cultural practice of using herbs and medicinal plants to treat symptoms at home.
I'm not suggesting that they don't all have medicinal qualities. The challenge is what quantity it has and what other quality it has, and whether it is appropriate to solving the problem at the particular point in time. That, I put to you, should only be determined by a trained mind, a physician, a clinician, somebody who is trained to look at symptoms, to make tests, to apply its instrument and its capacity and determine that this is what you have, this is the best option in this dosage.
Dr. Tufton was addressing a recent dengue town hall meeting at the Negril Community Center in Westmoreland. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
Christmas is here again, and there are so many things you may want to do this Christmas. For parents, you know how the children can be. They are anticipating gifts and making all kinds of demands. But how can you meet those expectations when money is tight? Well, you may want to consider this. Why not engage the children? Talk to them about your financial situation. Let them know how much you have to spend and spell out the necessary things that you must buy. Let them help you design a budget and stick to it. Talk to them about the possibility of postponing gift giving until a later date when you can afford it. Or choose to buy a gift the whole family will enjoy. Don't assume they won't understand. Talk to them. You will be surprised how understanding they can be.
Protect yourself from the flu virus. Visit your nearest health center or doctor to get the flu vaccine. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing and sneezing. Wash your hands regularly with soap and water or by using an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Avoid the spread of germs by not touching your eyes, mouth, or nose. And be sure to regularly disinfect surfaces and objects that are used often. Remember, your health is your responsibility.
On today's show, we'll be catering to your financial and gastronomical needs. That's right, we'll be sharing how you can enjoy a balanced Christmas meal without breaking the bank.
Food is the glue that binds many a family gathering, especially at Christmas. This time of year calls for more spending, from gifts to outings and so on. But we still have to consider the food, not true? That's why we're here at the Heart Trust NTA's Cardiff Hotel and Spa, where Executive Chef Faye Dawkins and her team will run us through a Christmas meal that's not only healthy and nutritious, but also friendly on our pockets. Auntie Faye, what's on the menu?
Hi Sharnit, welcome to the Cardiff Hotel and Spa. On today's menu, we are going to be preparing a delicious breakfast that is budget friendly. Chef Ashani Cochrane and his assistant Kadeen Wynn will be showing you how to prepare a tasty Christmas breakfast. On the menu, we have watermelon wedges, cornmeal porridge, steamed kalaloo and codfish, fried dumpling, pressed green plantain, and the good old country chocolate.
That sounds good, but will the breakfast break the bank?
No, it will not. Kalaloo, as you know, is available all year round. You get about a pound 4 ounces per bundle, and that can stretch a lot. Saltfish is a staple, and you get a lot of mileage out of saltfish.
What of the melon?
The watermelon is cheap. It's available all year round.
Now run us through the breakfast.
At this moment, Chef Cochrane is stirring up the saltfish that is going to go into the steamed kalaloo. So he has sauteed onion, garlic, tomato with the saltfish, about 4 ounces of saltfish, and he will add that to the steamed kalaloo. From there, he's going to make the cornmeal porridge, and then he will do the fried dumplings, the pressed green plantain, and the country chocolate.
Lovely, lovely. Santa Fe, by 11:30, I'm hungry again, you know. What's next?
I know that, Sharnit. We know that on Christmas Day, usually no lunch is cooked because we're so busy in the kitchen fixing Christmas dinner.
Right.
So we have a little pickings that you can all feast on while we are preparing the meal. We have socks up made from fruit juice, and we have cheese, crackers, and sugar cane to munch on.
What's on the dinner menu, Auntie Faye?
Well, today we'll be cooking for a family of 4. So we are keeping it on a budget. You know that Christmas is a time when relatives all get together. So you can even make it bigger and still keep it on a budget by planning a menu, asking the family members to each bring a dish, and that would complement the entire Christmas menu. Today, Chef Conniff will show you how to sear a chicken breast. She's going to buy the chicken breast from the grocery shop or the supermarket, and she's buying mixed parts. Then she's going to debone it. So it works out much cheaper than if you should have gone to buy deboned chicken breast. Today, we'll be cooking chicken foot soup with ram goat noodle, seared chicken breast, hot roasted pork, steamed fish with okra, gungo peas and rice, ground mashed provision, steamed garden vegetables, and we're using pak choy and carrot, sorrel drink, and Christmas pudding.
Auntie Faye, now that the dinner is over, I know you have some great ideas for the leftovers.
Of course, Charlotte. All leftovers can be used in many different ways. You can use the leftover meat to make sandwiches. You can do one-pot meals with them. Just cut up meat and vegetables, add some rice to it, and you make a delicious and nutritious one-pot meal. You can use it also to make sandwiches, for the next day.
Okay, and I know a big part of budgeting is preparing for next year. So what do you think we can do to prepare for next year?
To prepare for next year, you can do a lot of things. One thing we use vegetables all the time. We use herbs and spices to bring out the flavor of food. So you could probably start your own little container gardening where you, nearer to Christmas, you can plant your callaloo, pak choy, vegetables in flower pots.
And for all you budding chefs, be sure to catch all the recipes from today's meal in this book. It's a JIS publication. Until next time, happy eating and happy cooking.
Persons with certain dietary constraints. We didn't leave you out on the Christmas nyammins. Take a look.
Christmas is foodie paradise. The time when we look forward to our honey glazed ham, or sorrel juice, Christmas cake and pudding and all of that. But we need to ensure that everybody gets their fill at the Christmas table. We need to cater for those persons who are vegetarians or vegans and for those with chronic illnesses. But how do we do that?
Look at the amount of salt that you're adding to your food. Look at the amount of sugar that you're adding to beverages and to meals as well. And look at the amount of fats that you're using in preparation. One of the things that I always tell persons is, you have a party later on. Remember, it's what you eat for the entire day that counts. We want you to exchange calories.
Things for you to note and to put into practice. Now, I recently learned how to prepare a raw vegan meal. Thank you. And I'm going to show you some of that a little later. And then right after that, you're going to join me here and you will learn how to prepare a traditional vegetarian meal. All right? See you soon.
Today we are going to prepare 3 major entrees. We're going to prepare a basic salad with curried coconut pasta, and we're also going to have some Brazilian nut cheese pate, as well as we'll just touch on some plantain in coconut cream. Firstly, we want to have a source of moisture. Source of moisture could be lettuce, right? Excellent base for your salad. So we have just chopped up some lettuce here. And we want to season the lettuce by just adding some scallion, chopped scallion here. So about 1.5 tablespoons of chopped scallion. And then we follow that up with some chopped sweet pepper, which adds wonderful color to the salad. So I'm adding 2.5 tablespoons of chopped sweet pepper. And then I find also when you have like a source of excitement in your salad to stimulate it, ginger works very nicely as a spice. So just sprinkling a little bit of ginger in your salad here. And then we're just gonna turn it around. We take the medium meat of a jelly coconut, scoop it out carefully so that you're not breaking it into pieces. And then we just shave off the fibrous parts of the back. And then we can just take a slice and we can roll it, just like this. And then after rolling it, we want to just slice it thinly. So we start to get these pasta-like strips. To turn it into curry, what we want to do is to add a little bit of curry powder, and the amount of curry you add is based on how curried you want it to be. Then we want to add a little bit of salt to the curry. And then we want to add a little bit of pepper, a half of a teaspoon into the mix. And then we want to add a little oil. So I'm just adding about a teaspoon and a half of coconut oil. And then I'll just simply mix it together. And as I mix it together, notice it's beginning to look like curry.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish.
So what we do, we use here 3/4 cups of Brazil nuts in our food processor with an S blade. And then we simply add 2 cloves of garlic. And then we add a little bit of salt, just a pinch of salt. We're making a cheese, so you do need that salt there. Now we want to just process it to the point where it's smooth but not clumpy. We want to get it fluffy, okay? And when you taste it, it should not be too crunchy either. Then this is our Brazilian nut cheese, which we will then place into a sliced tomato. So here we have husked out the gut of 2 tomatoes, and then we'll simply now fill them with the cheese to give you a Brazilian nut cheese pate.
Not even 1 cent to buy a little toy. We dance and rock it to the ice box. We rub it and scrub it to the ice.
And then we just make some thin slices. And we are going to use a little bit of cinnamon powder to just add a little flavor to this plantain. Just a dash of cinnamon powder. And what we're going to do, we have just simply chopped up some dried coconut meat. We're going to place it into the juice extractor so that the cream from the coconut meat will just come out onto the plantain. The trash will come out at the other end. Now we want to do enough coconut so it really moisturizes the plantain. Okay, sort of like almost covers it with fresh, yummy coconut juice. Now just for artistry, place it at the 4 opposing points, thus completing our raw vegan salad, our main course.
This is good. So come in here.
Take your time, take your time.
Wow, can't talk. Too good. So come back later.
share in the Christmas spirit with these timeless Christmas carols.
Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright, and the tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh.
And all the chicken them a try fi spy, fi see is which one of them is going to fry. And so we want to big up everyone, all kids from 1 to 92. Although money done, have a whole heap of fun. Merry Christmas to you. Please.
And that's all the time we have for you here on this station. We return tomorrow with more features to share in the spirit of Christmas. You may also visit our website, our social media pages, our YouTube channel, or our mobile app that's both iOS and Android compatible. On behalf of the entire team here at the JIS, I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.